Did you know the fastest serve in men's tennis was a blistering 163.7 miles per hour? Yes, you heard it right. A breathtaking 163.7 miles per hour. This record-shattering serve was triumphantly executed by Sam Groth back in 2012. Just imagine the sheer speed of that professional serve. It's like a bullet train racing past you at the station. It takes an immense amount of training, physical prowess, and precision to achieve such speeds. Picture the dedicated hours spent perfecting the swing, the power behind each serve, and the split-second timing required to hit the ball just right. To put it in perspective, the average tennis serve speed falls between 80 to 120 miles per hour. So, Groth's serve was a feat of true athletic power, one that's yet to be surpassed. And to wrap your mind around this astonishing fact, remember, that's faster than most sports cars can go. Imagine playing a single tennis match for over 11 hours. That's precisely what happened in the epic encounter between John Isner and Nicolas Mahut at Wimbledon in 2010. This was no ordinary match, folks. This was a battle of endurance, a test of willpower, and a showcase of sheer stamina. The match started off like any other, but as the hours rolled on, the tension rose. The players were neck and neck, neither willing to give in, each determined to clinch victory. The match stretched over 3 grueling days, with the final set alone lasting over 8 hours. The determination of Isner and Mahut was nothing short of awe-inspiring. They played on, their bodies pushed to the limits, their spirits undeterred. This marathon match finally ended with Isner emerging victorious. But the applause was for both men, for their unyielding spirit, for their love of the game. That's dedication on a whole other level. Who said tennis is a young person's game? Indeed, many might think that tennis is a sport for those in the prime of their youth, full of energy and agility. But let's take a moment to appreciate the ageless wonders of the court. Let's talk about Ken Rosewall. Ken Rosewall, an Australian tennis legend, defied the odds and proved to the world that age is just a number in tennis. When most players would be contemplating retirement, Rosewall was busy making history. At the ripe age of 37, he won a Grand Slam, setting a record that still stands today. His incredible achievement is a testament to the power of dedication, experience, and sheer determination. It's a reminder that tennis is a game of skill and strategy, not just physical prowess. So remember, it's never too late to pick up a racket and give it a swing. Even in your late 30s, you can still be a champion. Ever wonder how many tennis balls are used in a Grand Slam tournament? Well, prepare to be astonished, because the number is mind-boggling. Picture this. A Grand Slam tournament can use up to a whopping 60,000 tennis balls. Yes, you heard that right, 60,000. These aren't just any ordinary balls either. These are premium, high-performance tennis balls, meticulously crafted for optimum bounce, speed, and durability. Each one plays a critical role in the high-stakes matches that define the world of professional tennis. So, why so many? Well, in a tournament of this scale, balls are replaced every 7 to 9 games to ensure consistent performance in play. And with hundreds of matches played, the numbers quickly add up. Imagine the sheer volume of these balls, enough to fill several swimming pools. It's a symphony of bouncing high-speed action that keeps the sport alive and kicking. That's a lot of balls to keep track of. Did you know tennis was once a game for kings? Indeed, the roots of this popular sport can be traced back to 12th century France, where it was played by royalty in grand courtyards. The game was called jeu de paume, meaning game of the palm, as players would smack the ball with the palm of their hands. Over time, tennis evolved. Rackets came into play in the 16th century, and the game gained immense popularity among the nobility. In fact, King Louis VI of France was such an avid player that he's often credited as the world's first tennis player known by name. But as the centuries rolled on, the game began to transcend class barriers. It moved from the royal courts to public parks, from the hands of kings to the grips of commoners. Today, tennis is a global phenomenon, loved by millions, regardless of their social status. From kings to commoners, tennis has come a long way. Ever wondered why tennis balls are yellow? It's a question that may have crossed your mind as you watched a match, the bright balls zipping back and forth across the court. Well, dive in with me as we unravel the yellow ball mystery. The story begins in the early days of tennis, when the balls used were actually white or black. However, as color television began to gain popularity in the late 60s, the tennis world faced a unique challenge. The white balls used were difficult to spot against the white tennis outfits and the green tennis courts. This made it hard for viewers at home to follow the action, diminishing their viewing experience. The International Tennis Federation, the governing body for world tennis, took matters into their own hands. They decided to change the color of the balls to make them more visible on television. But why yellow, you ask? The answer lies in the science of vision. Human eyes perceive yellow more intensely than any other color in the spectrum, making it easier to spot quickly. This is why caution signs in school buses are often yellow. It's a color that catches our attention and is easy to see, even from a distance. The same principle applies to tennis balls. The bright fluorescent yellow hue stands out against the green court, and the players' often white attire, making the balls easier to spot and follow during a fast-paced match. The switch to yellow balls was made in 1972, and it was a game-changer. Not only did it enhance the viewing experience for audiences at home, but it also improved the visibility for the players on the court. So there you have it, the mystery of the yellow tennis ball solved. It all comes down to visibility and enhancing the experience of the game for everyone involved. So the next time you watch a match, remember, it's all for your viewing pleasure. In tennis, 13 can be an unlucky number. Yes, you heard it right, the number 13 can send shivers down a player's spine. Why? Because a 13-minute game is a sign of a tough match. It's the longest time a game can last without reaching a tiebreak. Imagine this. Two players locked in a fierce rally, neither willing to give an inch. Each point is a battle, a test of wills. The tension is palpable, and every second counts. As the clock ticks past the 12-minute mark, the pressure mounts. They're now in the 13th minute, the unlucky number. It's a grueling mental and physical marathon that can change the course of the match, so the next time you're watching a tennis match, keep an eye on the time. If a game hits the 13-minute mark, you're witnessing more than just a game. You're seeing a battle, a duel of determination and grit. Next time you see a 13-minute game, remember it's a battle on the court. Did you know a tennis court can host other sports too? Indeed, the versatility of a tennis court goes far beyond serving aces and volleying backhands. You might be surprised to learn that with a few tweaks, a standard tennis court can transform into a mini football field or even a basketball court. This is possible because the dimensions of a tennis court align fairly well with those of other sports. For instance, a doubles tennis court is roughly the same width as a futsal or mini football field. With a bit of creativity and some temporary lines, you can have a mini soccer match right on the tennis court. Likewise, the length of a tennis court is nearly identical to the width of a standard basketball court. You can easily set up a half-court game, perfect for a quick pickup match amongst friends. So, next time you're at a tennis court, remember its potential. A tennis court is more versatile than you think. Ever wondered why zero is called love in tennis? Well, buckle up because we're about to delve into the fascinating world of tennis terminology. One popular theory traces the origin of love for zero to the French word for egg, l'œuf. Picture this. An egg bears a striking resemblance to zero, doesn't it? So, English-speaking players might have heard their French counterparts referring to zero as l'œuf, and misinterpreted it as love. But hold on, there's another theory that tugs at the heartstrings. Some believe that love in tennis expresses the idea of playing for the sheer love of the game, not for points. It's as if to say, I don't need points to enjoy this game, my love for it is enough. So whether it's a case of linguistic misunderstanding or a testament to the passion players have for the sport, one thing is for sure. Love in tennis, it's not what you think. Finally, did you know that tennis was initially played with bare hands? That's right, this elegant and precise sport that we know today, which sees players wielding high-tech rackets, was once a much simpler game. Back in the 12th century, in the monastic cloisters of France, tennis was born. But there were no rackets then. Instead, players would hit the ball with the palm of their hands, making the game a test of not just skill, but also physical endurance. The game was called Jeu de Paume, which translates to Game of the Palm. It was a far cry from the swift and strategic sport we know today. Over time, players began using gloves, then paddle-like bats, and eventually the racket was introduced, revolutionizing the game forever. So there you have it, the humble beginnings of tennis, a game that has since traveled centuries and continents to become a global phenomenon. From bare hands to high-tech rackets, tennis sure has evolved. So, there you have it, 10 shocking facts about tennis. We've journeyed through the marathon matches, marveled at the age wonders, and were amazed by the sheer number of tennis balls produced annually. We've learned about the royal roots of tennis, and solved the mystery of why tennis balls are yellow. We've explored the superstition around the unlucky number in the game and discovered the surprising dimensions of a tennis court. We've even traced the origin of the term love in scoring. And finally, we've uncovered the final intriguing fact about this globally loved sport. Each of these facts has added a new layer to our understanding of tennis, revealing its complexity and depth. This sport, steeped in history and full of surprises, continues to captivate us match after match, year after year. Who knew tennis could be so fascinating? Thanks for watching.